So I was just using that as an exercise to practice playing through the keys. And another way to practice that is to use chords that come from the scales. So that's what cubism comes from, because these two chords, the first two chords are in F major, and then the next two chords are in C sharp major. And then the next two chords in A, and then C, and then A flat, E, and then E flat, B, G, B flat, and F sharp, D. And so that's where that tune came from, because I was just, it was just an exercise, but then I stumbled upon that melodic and harmonic sequence, and that became a song. It's just a minor 7, 11.
That's the basic structure for most of the other chords as well.
Many of them, yeah. And that starts to change. Then in the bridge, it goes through the keys as well, but it goes one at a time. This is like F, C sharp, D, or A, and then it's another chord for A, and then C, A flat, E. A flat, or however it goes, yeah, goes through the rest of the keys, yeah. So that's that one. Just, sometimes songs come out of a lot of different sources. Sometimes it's something very literal and comes out of a study or something like that, and others come from just, other places. Yeah.
Could you talk about how you work on rhythm, like odd groupings and something?
I just, I just practice, and that's a great answer, isn't it? How do I work on rhythms? Well, I try to, pay attention to the coordination between, my two hands, and, that allows me to be accurate rhythmically, and then it's just a matter of what I'm hearing. I think, I tend to, on the guitar at least, I tend to think more melodically, more harmonically, less like rhythmic, although, you know, there is obviously rhythmic aspects that are going on, but in terms of, I think of rhythm more in terms of, usually in terms of having a good time, you know. So I'll practice to a metronome or to, I'll make a beat in the computer and then I'll play along to that. And I'll practice playing with records and try to get into the feel of, you know, that. So, and then I'll just practice the instrument, work on accuracy and, you know, technique. You know. So I find that one of the first things that goes out the window when you have bad technique or when you're not warmed up is your time feel, basically. You know. So I spend time, you know, focusing on that. Yeah.
Was there ever a time during your musical development where you felt torn between learning like jazz tradition and also keeping up to date with modern jazz? What's going on currently?
No. I mean, I don't. I never felt an obligation to learn the jazz tradition or do anything in particular. You know, I just follow whatever I liked. You know, I think that's good advice. You know, just follow whatever you like, and you know, I mean, I didn't get an ear for bebop until, you know, I was 20, you know, 19, 20. And so I didn't shed bebop until I wanted to. Then I did. So, I don't really see a separation between the continuum of modern music and the tradition. You know, for me, it's all, well, it's a continuum. You know, so, you know, for me, there is really no modern jazz without, you know, without all the things that have come before. You know, not that you have to be like an expert in playing every style that's ever existed, but you know, at least for my music, you know, which may not particularly sound that way, it's definitely coming from the influence of bebop and post-bop and things. So, yeah. Something else.